Well, hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to the beach. I've got 5 projects that I'm really excited to show you. So grab your flip-flops, your sunglasses, and most importantly, your sunscreen, and let's head for the sand and the surf. For this first project, you're going to need a wire wreath form, 1 pack of wooden clothespins, and do get the wooden ones, your choice of seashells, your choice of paint, this is the colors I chose, and then some nautical rope. Let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out how many clothespins you need and set them out, and then decide what color pattern you want, paint them, and put them on the wreath. And then you're going to want to go through your seashells and pick them out and decide how you want them to look and secure them on your wreath with hot glue. Now this is a picture of, well, I tried to show you how I attached the nautical wire to the top rim of the wire wreath, and then I also used the jute wire to go around where I tied it to give it extra support. And I would do that because once you get all the shells on this, it's really heavy. And this is the finished project. It's so cute. I just love it. Our next project is one of 2 Kirkland's dupes. We're going to make this small set of bookends. I believe Kirkland's had these on sale for $29.99. For your supply list, you're going to need these boards from Dollar Tree, your choice of books, I chose these, seashells, and then your regular supplies. Now, step 1 is to get one of your boards and find the middle, and then I'm going to take my blade and score down the middle of the board. And I'm going to score it a couple of times, and even though these boards are fairly thin, they're not as easy to break in half as you would think. So I did turn them over on their sides like you see here and score down those sides just a little bit. And then I got my ruler and I went back and I went over my original score line. And finally, after doing that a few times, they did break in half. And then you can just use that piece to cut your other one. Once you have your pieces cut, then you're going to want to put them together. I first used my Forever Hold with the Gorilla Glue, and I just made sure to go over the top and down the sides. And be sure you get the right piece. I almost picked up the wrong one. That would have been cute. And then you just attach them together. Now, even though the Gorilla Glue is going to give you your Forever Hold, it takes a minute to stick. You can see right here it sort of fell over. So I did do my quick hold with putting a bead of hot glue along the bottom on the inside. And now it's time to stain our bookends. I just used my Waverly Antique Wax. Now I'm going to get my books ready to go in between my bookends. I wanted small books like this, and I had the hardest time finding them. So I ended up getting these, and they were not the best choice, but they were the only ones I could find that I liked. I'm going to go ahead and put a primer coat of white on here because these are such bright colors. And I could have just left them the way they were, I guess, but I wanted beachy looking colors. And that's why I'm going ahead and giving them this white primer coat. And another thing, I used acrylic paint, and I probably should have used chalk paint, but the acrylic ended up working just fine. And y'all, here are my little bookends, and I just love them. And you can see how I painted the little books too, the colors that I chose. But I really am in love with these. They were so easy to do, and I think they turned out just precious. And I didn't pay $29.99 for mine, not even on sale. This next project is the second Kirkland's dupe. I'm going to make these seashell covered glasses. Now they use sand dollars, and I'm not going to because I didn't have sand dollars. So I picked up these 3 vases from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in plaster. And I'm going to do the same technique that I have been doing. I'm going to pour the plaster colored paint inside the vases and swirl it all around on the inside until they're completely covered. And then I'm going to let these dry for about 2 or 3 days. And you're also going to want to remember to drain as much paint out as you possibly can before you set them to let them dry. But I love the way these look. I just realized that at the beginning of this project I called these glasses and not vases. Clearly they're I did it again. They're vases. Anyway, at this part of the project I'm just showing you how you just go through your shells and pick out the ones that you like and make sure they fit. You kind of just put them together like a puzzle, really, and they're not going to fit perfectly, obviously. But when you get ready to hot glue them on, you want to use enough hot glue so that they stick, but you don't want to use too much so that it gets real gloopy and oozes out the side. Gloopy is another one of those technical terms, by the way. And anyway, when I did start to hot glue them, or after I did hot glue them to the vase, I went ahead and took a little bit of hot glue and just put over the top to between each shell. Now, I'm not completely finished with this one yet, but I did want to show you. This was getting pretty late at night and I was tired. So I did want to show you how far I had gotten and how it looks. And I think it's so pretty. And here are all 3 vases finished, and I just love them. You can see how I did a different technique on each one. There is no way I could have covered every single one of these with shells. I mean, I love that one, but it took a minute, and I just could not have done that on all 3 of these. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with that paint. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more, but I still like this, and I'm going to use this technique again to color the inside of vases or whatever. And this is what they look like. And now we're on to project number 4. You're going to need to get 2 of these flip-flop signs from the Dollar Tree. And I just flipped them over and took the tag off the back. And now I'm going to paint them. I'm going to use the Waverly chalk paint color in Maize, this real pretty yellow color. I'm going to just put a coat of paint on these, and then I'm going to set them aside to dry. To make the hanger, I'm going to use a piece of jute twine, tie knots in the ends, and attach it with hot glue. I found this wooden sunshine that I had on another project, so to cover up that hole, I put wood glue on the back of the sun and then also on the sign and attached it. I'm fine with it hanging over the end. I think it looks kind of cute that way. And I also took a couple of seashells and attached those with hot glue. And here are both signs finished. Now, I hope you can tell what I did here. I turned the flip-flop opposite directions, and the top one says, "To the Fun Tiki Bar," and I added some decorative little stickers to them. And then this one says "Beach to the Sun," pointed in the other direction. Now, you can't go to the beach without some cute flip-flops, so I grabbed these 3 pair from the Dollar Tree. I also got some stickers. Now, for this yellow pair, I chose these colorful stickers right here. One thing you do have to be careful about is the ones on the sides. They do kind of have pointy parts that stick up, but I did cut some of them off, and you can cut them so that they don't hurt little feet. Now, for this other pair, I just used some fabric that I had left over from banners and such, and you just tie them in knots all the way around and then cut them off to be even, and you fluff them out, and they are really, really cute. And for this final pair, I took the stickers and I put them around the side, and then on this one, I put it across the top, and then on the other one, I just left it plain on the top and put the stickers around the side. Now, if I was going to choose, I would choose the one with the bling across the sole and then also across the top. But that's just me. And here are all the projects together. This took me all week long, actually probably about a week and a half to get together, but I had so much fun doing this project. And I don't even have beach decor in my house, but I'm definitely going to use these bookends and these vases. And I'll probably find somewhere to hang the wreath too. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you like these. If you do, leave me a comment. Let me know which ones you like and which ones you think you'll like to make. But if this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're already one of my subscribers, thank you. And like I said, please give me a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. And you know what I always say, be blessed, be kind, but most of all, be crafty. See you next week.